Hello and welcome to episode 4 of my FIFA 19 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. To start off with then, a bit of a correction from the last video. You know how I showed how to do the low cross technique on PlayStation that was new, or at least I thought it was new in FIFA 19. I also talked a little bit about doing floated crosses, and I found out the way I was attempting to do it was actually doing a flare cross. So I've learnt now how to correctly do the floated crosses, of which you'll see a few examples on screen, and the best way to do the floated cross is actually to hold the L1 button and press the cross button twice. If you press the cross button twice, it would normally do a low cross, and L1 alone would do a high cross, a really loopy one, but together it does a not so high cross that is really quite effective. As you can see from a couple of examples I've got from squad battles on screen. The other thing I want to touch on in this episode is Player of the Month Hazard investments. Player of the Month isn't actually announced until this coming Friday, but there's a high likelihood that it's going to be Eden Hazard after the great month that he's had, and the SBC should come out shortly following the announcement. I predict it's going to cost well over 1 million coins to do a Player of the Month Hazard, which is out of my price range at the minute, and you will probably need normal Hazard as well. It's something EA will probably do to drive the price up, but I have picked up a few items which I plan to make a small profit on should Hazard eventually win. I've been picking up cheap Chelsea players that are high rated, like Kepa and Pedro. I've also been picking up Cardiff golds, who he scored a hat-trick against this month. I picked up Vincent Kompany as a high-rated Belgian, who was probably one of the cheapest, certainly cheapest Premier League 85 at the time as well. And I picked up some Scotland and Iceland players who Hazard scored against in the international games last month. I've checked already, as well as Matip, Fraser and Finn Bogerson in forms, as they cover teams and countries that Hazard has scored against. Ryan Fraser covers both Bournemouth and Scotland, so he's a pretty decent investment in my opinion. Iceland players could also cover you if it ends up being Gylfi Sigurdsson instead of Hazard, who wins the Player of the Month. Finn Bogerson, if that's how you say his name, could be good if they do a Bundesliga Player of the Month as well. That some people have predicted happening this year. If you look at my trade pile, you can see I don't have hundreds of thousands of coins to invest in these. I did pick up a couple of ones to watch cards in the end anyway. After we talked about one to watch investing the other week, I thought Dembele and Richarlison were two cards which will definitely rise at some point, and I have one of the Richarlisons in my current team as well. So as you see on the trade pile, not having loads and loads of coins, I picked up a few of those players that I think we could double our money on, possibly for Player of the Month. Those are my ideas with a low budget anyway. Looking at my team then, I've made no changes to the team since the last episode, apart from I got Champions League Eric Bailly in a 2-player UCL pack. That was nice, as it meant I could sell the regular one. For FUT Rivals, I took the coins again for the rewards. I got promoted despite not playing many games, as my skill rating had gone up to 1245. So I went up from Division 6 to Division 5, even though I didn't play too many. I finished rank 3 both the first 2 weeks of FIFA, because quite honestly I don't have a lot of time to play any more games than I do currently. We'll have to see on Thursday how FUT Champions has affected the amounts of points you've needed for each rank. As if you qualified for FUT Champions, which I haven't done as yet, you also get Rivals points while you're playing FUT Champions, so that could drive the points totals required up even further. But I thought it best to take coins instead of my packs, as packs for rank 3 didn't look too great anyway. and I feel like with all these SBCs I've hardly got any players in the club this year though, but I still think coins for me to invest in was probably the way to go. But I'm going to end this very brief episode again here. That's what I've been up to on the road to glory. As I say, if you've got any topics you want to discuss or suggestions or anything, questions about the team, leave them in the comments below. But thanks very much for watching. Cheers, bye.